So I wanted to share some tips or things I've learned with having piranhas um, up until this point to save some other people the hassle. A couple things, they eat a lot, so you do definitely need to keep the tank very well cleaned. Do frequent water changes. I had a pleco, and it was a pretty good sized pleco, and he died. I think there was too much ammonia in here, and he's not a very hardy fish. They're the first ones that get it. So make sure you're doing those water changes and changing the filters. Also, with live fish from the pet stores, get some kind of treatment for those fish to, get rid of any kind of sicknesses or illnesses or pests that they have before you feed them to your piranhas. I had one of my biggest piranhas getting some kind of like a pest or some kind of parasite on it, and eventually I treated him and he was fine, but watch out for that. Another thing I noticed is, a lot of people say that piranhas, they'll end up eating each other. I think a reason for that was because, they don't have a safe place in the tank, so you need to create some kind of safe place where they don't feel like that another one can come back up or come bite their tail or bite behind them. So I've created different territories for the piranhas. This end right here where this guy's at, they hide underneath this log in this dark area down there. They can also hide in this little section of the log. This little tetra has been in here longer than the piranhas have, and he's doing great. And then I've created this little section for the biggest piranha I've got, and he lives in there, and he can go underneath that rock that he's above right now. And there's a catfish, so I'm not even sure what kind he is. Got him from my roommate, but he's pretty good size, and he's been eating a lot of the leftovers when I feed these guys live fish or the fish food, or I also feed them cubes of dried bloodworms or shrimp or whatever from the pet store. So right now I've got a 60-gallon tank. I've got 3 of these guys in here to help out with the filtration. I've got 2 90-gallon filters on there, and I've got a bubble wand there. I've got 3 live plants, this guy here, those 2 in the log, and that moss ball. One thing to keep in mind, these piranhas will eat a good variety of live plants, so anytime you have anything in there, it's good to try to pick a hardier plant or something that's a bitter tasting plant. So if you guys have any questions or anything to comment on, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.